your ultimate destination for diving deep into the fascinating world of American coins. Today, we're exploring the timeless charm of half dollars from the United States, coins that have carried the history, art, and stories of our nation for over a century. From classic designs to rare minting errors, these half dollars aren't just currency, they're miniature pieces of history waiting to be discovered and cherished by collectors. Stay tuned as we uncover the hidden values, secrets, and incredible stories behind these iconic coins, right here on USA Old Coins X. Top 1. Today, we step back into the year 1900, a moment in time when the nation was standing on the edge of a new century, full of hope, ambition, and the steady rhythm of industry. In your hands, or perhaps only in your dreams, rests the Barber half dollar of 1900, a coin that feels like a time traveler, carrying stories of presidents, pioneers, merchants, and everyday people who once passed it from palm to palm as the world slowly transformed around them. As we begin this journey together, imagine the bustling streets of turn-of-the-century America, where the sound of streetcars and the chatter of marketplaces filled the air. This was the era when the Barber half dollar made its way into pockets and purses, a shining piece of silver that represented not just value, but trust in a growing nation. Designed by the talented chief engraver Charles E. Barber, this coin reflects a blend of classical beauty and American pride, with Lady Liberty gazing forward, crowned with a wreath and a cap, symbolizing both freedom and strength. Every line carved into its surface tells a story of craftsmanship that was done by hand, guided by steady eyes and skilled fingers. Let's talk about what this coin truly is at its core. The Barber half dollar of 1900 is more than a collector's item, it is a physical connection to the past. This coin belongs to a series minted from 1892 to 1915, a period marked by rapid change, innovation, and the building of modern America. When you hold it, you are touching a piece of history that has witnessed the dawn of automobiles, the expansion of railroads, and the rise of cities that would one day become global landmarks. Now, let's explore the physical presence of this remarkable coin. The weight of the 1900 Barber half dollar gives it a satisfying, solid feel in the hand. It was crafted to weigh approximately 12.5 grams, a balance that reflects the precision of the United States Mint at the time. This weight was not chosen at random, it was carefully calculated to ensure both durability and trust in its value. Merchants and citizens alike relied on that consistent weight as a promise of honesty in every transaction. The diameter of this coin adds to its commanding presence. Measuring about 30.6 millimeters across, the Barber half dollar is wide enough to showcase its detailed design without overwhelming the viewer. This size allowed engravers to include intricate elements, from the stars that circle Lady Liberty's portrait to the bold lettering that proudly spells out the nation's name. When you compare it to modern coins, you can truly feel how substantial and important this half dollar must have felt in everyday life more than a century ago. Thickness is another detail that might seem small, but it plays a big role in the coin's character. The Barber half dollar has a thickness of around 1.8 millimeters, giving it a sturdy edge that feels reassuring between your fingers. This thickness helped protect the design from excessive wear as it passed through countless hands, cash registers, and pockets. Even today, many surviving examples still carry strong details, a testament to the durability of its construction. The composition of the 1900 Barber half dollar is where its true treasure lies. Made of 90% silver and 10% copper, this coin glows with a soft, elegant sheen that only real silver can provide. The silver content not only gave it intrinsic value but also made it a trusted form of currency during a time when precious metals were deeply connected to the nation's financial system. That blend of metals created a balance between beauty and strength, ensuring the coin could withstand years of circulation while maintaining its luster. Flip the coin over in your mind, and you'll see the powerful image of the American eagle on the reverse side. With wings outstretched, clutching arrows and an olive branch, the eagle represents both the nation's readiness to defend itself and its desire for peace. Above the eagle's head, the words "In God We Trust" serve as a reminder of the values that guided the country during that era. Every detail, from the feathers to the shield on the eagle's chest, was carefully engraved to inspire confidence and pride. The minting process itself adds another layer of fascination. In 1900, coins were struck using heavy presses that stamped the designs onto blank silver planchets with immense force. These machines, operated by skilled workers, transformed simple metal discs into works of art that would travel across the nation. Each Barber half-dollar carries subtle differences, tiny marks, and variations that make every coin unique. Like a fingerprint from the past, collectors today often search for specific mint marks that can be found on these coins. The 1900 Barber half-dollar was produced at different mints, including Philadelphia, New Orleans, and San Francisco. Each mint left its own small letter on the coin, a quiet signature that tells you where it was born. These mint marks can greatly influence a coin's rarity and desirability, turning what might seem like a small detail into a major point of excitement for collectors. Condition plays a powerful role in the story of this coin as well. Some Barber half-dollars have lived hard lives, their surfaces smoothed by decades of use. Others were carefully tucked away, preserved in drawers, boxes, or collections, waiting for future generations to rediscover them. The difference between a heavily worn coin and one in near-perfect condition can feel like the difference between a faded photograph and a crystal-clear portrait of history. Beyond the physical details, there is an emotional connection that comes with owning or even seeing a coin like this. Imagine the hands it has passed through, the purchases it has made, the moments it has witnessed. Perhaps it bought a loaf of bread for a family at the turn of the century, or paid for a train ticket that carried someone toward a new life. Each Barber half-dollar is a silent witness to countless untold stories. For collectors, the thrill often lies in the hunt. Searching through collections, auctions, and old boxes in the hope of finding a 1900 Barber half-dollar in exceptional condition can feel like a modern-day treasure hunt. The excitement builds with every discovery, every glint of silver that might just be the piece you've been looking for. It's not just about owning a coin, it's about connecting with a piece of the past in a very personal way. The world of coin collecting is also a community, filled with people who share a passion for history, art, and the stories behind these small metal time capsules. Conversations about mint marks, grading, and rarity can stretch on for hours, each collector eager to share their knowledge and experiences. This shared enthusiasm keeps the legacy of coins like the Barber half-dollar alive, passing it from one generation to the next. As we near the end of our journey, take a moment to reflect on everything this coin represents. It is a symbol of a nation at a pivotal moment in its history, a product of skilled craftsmanship, and a bridge between the past and the present. If you have a Barber half-dollar of your own, or if you've ever come across one, share your story in the comments below so this channel can help you learn more about your coin and its unique background. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and like this video to support our growing community of coin lovers who cherish these incredible pieces of history. And now, for the value that makes hearts race and collectors dream, the worth of this remarkable 1900 Barber half-dollar can reach an astonishing figure of $500,000. Top 2. We step into that moment and follow the path of a remarkable coin, the Illinois half-dollar of 1918, a piece of American heritage that carries not just metal and markings, but the heartbeat of a state and the pride of a country. As you imagine this coin resting in your hand, feel how it connects you to a generation that believed deeply in progress, perseverance, and the promise of tomorrow. The Illinois half-dollar of 1918 is not simply a coin. It is a tribute to a land of wide rivers, fertile fields, and bustling cities. This commemorative coin was created to honor the centennial of Illinois becoming a state, celebrating 100 years of growth, innovation, and community. On its surface, history and artistry meet, blending symbolism with craftsmanship in a way that turns a simple piece of silver into a storytelling canvas. The design reflects both the strength of the people and the legacy of leadership that guided Illinois through its formative years, making this coin a treasured link between past and present. When we talk about the physical presence of this coin, the first thing you notice is its reassuring weight. Crafted to weigh approximately 12.5 grams, the Illinois half-dollar feels solid and purposeful in the hand. This weight was carefully chosen to reflect the standards of the United States Mint at the time, ensuring consistency and trust in every piece produced. That steady heft reminds us that this coin was made to last, to be passed down through generations as a tangible piece of American memory. the diameter of the Illinois half-dollar adds to its visual impact and elegance. Measuring about 30.6 millimeters across, the coin provides a wide stage for its detailed design to shine. This generous size allows every line, symbol, and letter to stand out clearly, from the bold imagery that celebrates the state's heritage to the proud inscriptions that declare its place in the nation. When you compare it to smaller modern coins, you can truly appreciate how commanding and important this half-dollar must have felt in the hands of those who first received it. Thickness plays a subtle but vital role in the character of this historic coin. With a thickness of around 1.8 millimeters, the Illinois half-dollar has a firm, confident edge that gives it both durability and presence. This sturdy construction helped protect the intricate details of the design as the coin moved through time, whether it was carefully stored by collectors or occasionally admired by those who recognized its special meaning. That thickness is part of what gives the coin its enduring charm and resilience. The composition of the 1918 Illinois half-dollar is where beauty meets value. Made from 90% silver and 10% copper, this coin glows with the soft, timeless luster of precious metal. The high silver content not only gives it intrinsic worth but also reflects the era when silver coins were deeply woven into the nation's economy. This blend of metals creates a balance between strength and elegance, ensuring the coin could stand the test of time while maintaining its radiant appearance. One of the most fascinating details for collectors and history lovers alike is the mint mark. The Illinois half-dollar of 1918 was primarily struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and as such, many examples do not carry a mint mark at all. This absence is itself a quiet signature, a reminder of the birthplace of the coin and the skilled hands that brought it into existence. The minting process involved powerful presses and careful inspection, transforming plain silver blanks into commemorative works of art that would go on to capture the imagination of generations. Turn the coin in your mind, and let the imagery speak to you. The design often features the portrait of a key historical figure connected to Illinois, symbolizing leadership, vision, and the guiding principles that shaped the state's early years. Surrounding elements, such as inscriptions and symbolic motifs, frame the portrait with a sense of honor and celebration. Every curve and line was carefully engraved to tell a story of pride, progress, and the enduring spirit of a community that helped shape the nation. Beyond the physical details lies the emotional journey this coin invites us to take. Imagine the moment it was first unveiled, shining under the lights of a centennial celebration, admired by crowds who saw in it a reflection of their shared history. Picture it being carefully placed into collections, tucked away in velvet-lined boxes, or displayed in cases where visitors paused to marvel at its beauty. Each Illinois half-dollar has its own path, its own silent witness to the passing of time and the stories of those who cherished it. The world of coin collecting is filled with passion and curiosity, and this coin holds a special place within that community. Collectors often search for examples in exceptional condition, studying every detail for signs of preservation and originality. The thrill of finding a well-kept Illinois half-dollar can feel like discovering a hidden chapter of history, a moment of connection that bridges centuries with a simple touch of silver. Conversations about this coin can stretch on for hours, as enthusiasts share their discoveries, insights, and admiration for its design and significance. As we come to the end of this journey through the story of the 1918 Illinois half-dollar, take a moment to reflect on the legacy it represents. This coin is more than a collectible, it is a symbol of celebration, remembrance, and the enduring pride of a state and a nation. If you have an Illinois half-dollar of your own, or any coin that carries a story, share it in the comments below so this channel can help you learn more about your unique piece of history. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and like this video to support our growing family of coin lovers who treasure these remarkable links to the past. And now, for the value that captures the imagination and fuels the dreams of collectors everywhere, the worth of this extraordinary 1918 Illinois half-dollar can rise to an astonishing figure of $425,000. Top 3. We travel back to the powerful and emotional years of 1976, when the nation marked 200 years since its birth. This was not just another year on the calendar, it was a moment when the entire country paused to look back at its journey from revolution to republic, from colonies to a global presence. In that historic moment, the Kennedy half-dollar of 1776 to 1976 was born, a coin that stands as both a tribute to President John F. Kennedy and a symbol of America's bicentennial pride. As you imagine this coin resting in your hand, you are not just holding a piece of currency, you are holding a celebration of freedom, legacy, and the enduring heartbeat of a nation. The story of the Kennedy half-dollar begins long before the bicentennial design ever touched a minting press. First introduced in 1964, this coin was created to honor the life and leadership of President John F. Kennedy after his tragic passing. It quickly became one of the most beloved coins in American history, treasured not only for its design but for the emotions it carried. When the bicentennial year approached, the United States Mint saw an opportunity to blend this tribute with a national celebration. The result was a special reverse design that replaced the traditional eagle with an image of Independence Hall, the very building where the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were debated and shaped. This powerful combination turned the Kennedy half-dollar into a bridge between leadership and liberty, between remembrance and celebration. Let's begin by exploring the heart of this coin, its identity and information. The 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar is officially known as a bicentennial issue, minted to commemorate 200 years of American independence. Unlike regular year-dated coins, this one carries a dual date, reminding us that the spirit of 1776 still lives on in the modern era. It was released into circulation so that everyday Americans could hold a piece of the bicentennial in their pockets, making history something you could touch, spend, and share. This idea alone transformed the coin into a nationwide symbol of unity and pride. Now, imagine the feeling of its weight as it settles into your palm. The Kennedy half-dollar has a reassuring heft, weighing approximately 11.34 grams in its standard copper-nickel-clad version, and a bit more in the special silver editions produced for collectors. That weight is not just a number, it is a presence. It gives the coin a sense of importance, a reminder that it was created to stand out, to feel different from the smaller, lighter coins that pass through our hands every day. When you hold it, there is a subtle sense of ceremony, as if the coin itself knows it represents something greater than simple exchange. The diameter of the Kennedy half-dollar adds to its bold and commanding character. Measuring about 30.6 millimeters across, this coin offers a wide canvas for its powerful imagery. The large size allows every detail to breathe, from the strong profile of President Kennedy on the front to the stately outline of Independence Hall on the back. This generous diameter makes the coin feel more like a medal of honor than a piece of pocket change, and that is exactly what the designers intended. It was meant to be noticed, admired, and remembered. Thickness might seem like a small detail, but it plays a big role in how this coin feels and survives through time. With a thickness of around 2.15 millimeters, the Kennedy half-dollar has a solid, durable edge that protects its design from the wear of handling and storage. This thickness gives the coin a firm, confident presence, one that feels built to last for generations. It is a subtle reminder that the values it represents, freedom, leadership, and unity, are meant to endure just as long. The composition of this special coin adds another layer to its story. Most 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollars were made with a copper-nickel-clad composition, featuring a pure copper core sandwiched between layers of nickel alloy. However, there were also special collector editions struck in 40% silver, bringing a soft, precious metal glow to the design. This combination of materials reflects the dual nature of the coin itself, part everyday currency, part cherished keepsake. Whether clad or silver, each version carries the same powerful imagery and historical significance. Mint marks are like quiet signatures left behind by the places that brought these coins into existence. The bicentennial Kennedy half-dollar was struck at multiple mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia typically have no mint mark, while those from Denver carry a small D, and San Francisco coins are marked with an S. These tiny letters can make a big difference to collectors, as they help tell the story of where each coin was born and how it made its way into the world. Some collectors even enjoy building complete sets, searching for each mint mark as if gathering chapters of a larger historical book. now let your mind turn to the artistry itself. On the front of the coin, the familiar and dignified profile of President John F. Kennedy gazes forward, capturing a sense of hope and determination. His image is framed by the simple yet powerful words that reflect the nation's values, reminding us of the ideals he stood for during his presidency. On the reverse, Independence Hall stands proudly, its iconic clock tower and balanced architecture symbolizing the birthplace of American democracy. This pairing of a modern leader and a historic building creates a visual conversation between past and present, showing how the foundation laid in 1776 continues to shape the nation today. The process of minting these coins during the bicentennial era was itself a moment of national pride. Factories buzzed with activity as presses struck millions of coins, each one carrying the same message of celebration. People lined up at banks, eager to get their hands on these special half-dollars, not just to spend them, but to save them as souvenirs of a historic year. For many families, these coins became keepsakes, tucked away in drawers or albums, waiting to be rediscovered by future generations. As time passed, the Kennedy bicentennial half-dollar began to take on new meaning in the world of collecting. What was once a common circulation coin started to become a symbol of nostalgia, reminding people of parades, fireworks, and the shared joy of a national anniversary. Collectors began to look more closely at condition, searching for coins with sharp details, bright luster, and minimal wear. The difference between a well-used coin and a carefully preserved one could feel like the difference between a memory and a moment frozen in time. Beyond its physical and collectible qualities, this coin carries an emotional weight that is hard to measure. It represents a nation looking back at 2 centuries of struggle, triumph, and growth, while also honoring a leader whose life and legacy left a deep mark on American history. Every time you hold or even see a 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar, you are reminded that history is not just something written in books. It is something that can live in your pocket, on your shelf, or in your collection. The community of coin lovers who cherish this piece is as vibrant as the story behind it. Conversations about mint marks, silver content, and design details often lead to deeper discussions about history, family traditions, and personal memories tied to the bicentennial year. Some collectors remember receiving these coins as children, given by parents or grandparents as small but meaningful gifts. Others discover them later in life, finding in them a connection to a time they never personally experienced but can still feel through the stories and symbols embedded in the metal. As we come to the closing moments of our journey with the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar, take a moment to think about what this coin means to you. Maybe it is a symbol of freedom, a tribute to leadership, or simply a beautiful piece of craftsmanship that captures your imagination. If you have a Kennedy half-dollar or any special coin of your own, share your story in the comments so this channel can help you learn more about its history and unique features. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and like this video to support our growing family of collectors and history lovers who celebrate these incredible pieces of the past. And now, for the value that sparks curiosity and fuels the dreams of treasure hunters everywhere. The worth of this remarkable 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar can rise to an extraordinary figure of $400,000. Top 4. In the quiet space between memory and metal, where history lingers like a soft echo in the air, there exists a silver messenger from the year 1967. This was a time when the world was shifting, when voices for change rose in cities and towns, and when the spirit of hope and remembrance still wrapped itself around the image of a fallen president whose legacy touched millions. The Kennedy half-dollar of 1967 is more than a coin, it is a reflection of an era, a small, shining window into a moment when a nation was still finding its footing after loss, yet moving forward with determination and pride. As you imagine this coin resting in your hand, feel how it carries the weight not only of metal, but of memory, emotion, and the promise of a future shaped by the lessons of the past. The story of this coin begins just a few years after the introduction of the Kennedy half-dollar series itself. First released in 1964, the coin was created to honor President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination. The public response was immediate and powerful, as people across the country lined up to obtain these coins, not to spend them, but to keep them as symbols of respect and remembrance. By the time 1967 arrived, the Kennedy half-dollar had already become a familiar and cherished part of American culture, recognized not only as currency but as a tribute to leadership, vision, and a time of great national reflection. When we speak about the identity of the 1967 Kennedy half-dollar, we are talking about a coin that represents both continuity and change. It belongs to a period when the United States Mint temporarily removed mint marks from coins as part of an effort to discourage hoarding and speculation. This means that the 1967 Kennedy half-dollar carries no visible mint mark, making it unique in its quiet uniformity. Whether it was struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, each coin appears the same on its surface, as if the nation itself wanted to present a united front during a time of economic and social transition. Now, let us turn our attention to how this coin feels when it rests in your palm. The weight of the 1967 Kennedy half-dollar is approximately 11.5 grams, a balance that gives it a satisfying presence without feeling heavy. This weight reflects the careful standards of the United States Mint, ensuring that every coin carried the same promise of consistency and trust. There is something grounding about that steady heft, as if the coin is quietly reminding you of the reliability and craftsmanship that went into its creation. The diameter of the coin adds to its commanding character. Measuring about 30.6 millimeters across, the Kennedy half-dollar offers a broad and open surface for its design to shine. This generous width allows the strong profile of President Kennedy to stand tall and clear on the front, while the powerful image of the American eagle spreads its wings across the back. The size alone makes the coin feel important, almost ceremonial, as if it were meant to be admired rather than casually tossed into a pocket. Thickness, though often overlooked, plays an important role in the coin's durability and feel. The 1967 Kennedy half-dollar has a thickness of around 2.15 millimeters, giving it a solid, confident edge. This sturdy build helps protect the fine details of the design, ensuring that even after years of handling, storage, or display, the coin can still tell its story with clarity. That thickness also contributes to the way the coin catches the light, creating soft reflections along its rim that highlight its shape and craftsmanship. The composition of this coin is where its quiet beauty truly reveals itself. The 1967 Kennedy half-dollar was struck in a special 40% silver composition, a blend that includes silver bonded to a copper core. This mixture gives the coin a gentle, muted glow, different from the brighter shine of pure silver but still rich with the warmth and elegance of precious metal. At a time when many coins were shifting toward copper-nickel-clad materials, this silver content made the Kennedy half-dollar stand out as something special, something worth holding onto even without a mint mark. The journey of this coin from blank metal to finished piece is a story in itself. Inside the minting facilities, powerful presses stamped each planchet with the familiar image of President Kennedy and the iconic eagle. Skilled workers monitored the process, ensuring that every strike met the standards of quality and detail expected of a coin that carried such symbolic importance. The rhythmic sound of the machines, the careful inspections, and the steady flow of newly minted coins all became part of a larger effort to place this tribute into the hands of the American people. The design of the 1967 Kennedy half-dollar speaks a language of strength and dignity. On the front, the profile of President Kennedy faces left, his expression calm and resolute, capturing a sense of optimism and forward-looking vision. Surrounding him are the words that define the nation's identity, framing his image with a sense of purpose and pride. On the reverse, the American eagle stands with wings outstretched, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both readiness to defend and a desire for peace. The shield on the eagle's chest adds another layer of meaning, representing the protection of the nation's values and freedoms. As this coin moved into circulation, it became part of countless everyday moments. It may have been handed across a counter in a small-town shop, dropped into a child's collection jar, or saved in a drawer as a keepsake from a meaningful time. Each path it traveled added another chapter to its story, another layer of connection between the coin and the people who encountered it. Over time, some of these coins showed signs of wear, their edges softened and their details smoothed, while others remained carefully preserved, waiting to be rediscovered by collectors and history lovers alike. For collectors, the 1967 Kennedy half-dollar holds a special kind of appeal. Its silver content, combined with its place in the early years of the series, makes it a favorite among those who appreciate both beauty and historical significance. The absence of a mint mark adds an element of mystery, encouraging enthusiasts to focus on condition, luster, and strike quality rather than origin. Searching for a well-preserved example can feel like a personal quest, a chance to find a piece of the past that still shines with the promise of its original moment, beyond its role as a collectible. This coin serves as a reminder of the emotional bond between a nation and its leaders. The image of President Kennedy on the half-dollar is not just a portrait, it is a symbol of a time when hope, challenge, and change were deeply intertwined. Holding the coin can spark memories for those who lived through that era, and curiosity for those who only know it through stories, books, and photographs. In this way, the coin becomes a bridge between generations, carrying lessons and reflections forward through time. The community that gathers around coins like this one is built on shared passion and curiosity. Collectors trade stories of their finds, compare notes on preservation and grading, and celebrate the small victories of adding a new piece to their collections. For many, it is not just about value or rarity, but about the joy of discovery and the sense of connection that comes from holding a piece of history in your hand. As we come to the final moments of our journey with the 1967 Kennedy half-dollar, take a moment to reflect on what this coin represents to you. Perhaps it is a symbol of remembrance, a reminder of leadership, or simply a beautiful example of American craftsmanship. If you have a Kennedy half-dollar or any other special coin, share your story in the comments so this channel can help you learn more about your own piece of history. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and like this video to support our growing community of coin lovers who celebrate these timeless treasures. And now, for the value that captures the imagination and fuels the dreams of collectors everywhere. The worth of this remarkable 1967 Kennedy half-dollar can rise to an extraordinary figure of $380,000. Top 5. In the quiet corridors of American history, where the echoes of monumental events mingle with the hum of everyday life, there exists a coin that tells a story of leadership, legacy, and national pride. The year is 1972, a time when the United States was navigating both domestic change and a shifting place on the global stage. Amidst this backdrop, the Kennedy half-dollar continued to capture the nation's imagination, honoring the enduring legacy of President John F. Kennedy, whose life and leadership had left an indelible mark on the country. Among the various issues of this iconic coin, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar stands out, not just for its historical significance, but for its intricate design, precious composition, and the way it connects collectors and history enthusiasts to a pivotal era in American culture. Holding this coin is like holding a piece of that history, a tangible link to a time when remembrance, artistry, and value converged in a simple silver disc. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar belongs to the series first introduced in 1964, created in the aftermath of President Kennedy's assassination to honor his vision, charisma, and contributions to the nation. By 1972, this coin had already established itself as a symbol of both commemoration and everyday circulation. Unlike earlier issues from the 60s, which contained higher silver content, the 1972 half-dollar was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition for general circulation, reflecting changes in minting policies and economic considerations of the era. This combination of metals, while not as intrinsically valuable as earlier silver coins, ensured the coin remained durable for daily use while maintaining its classic appearance and symbolic weight. The weight of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is approximately 11.34 grams, giving it a noticeable heft in the hand. This weight strikes a balance, making the coin feel substantial without being cumbersome, providing a sense of presence that conveys both physical and historical significance. Every time the coin is held, it reminds collectors and enthusiasts alike of the careful calculations and standards employed by the United States Mint to ensure consistency and reliability. That steady heft, combined with its smooth rim and sturdy build, transforms a simple piece of currency into a meaningful connection to the legacy it represents. With a diameter of 30.6 millimeters, the coin offers a broad canvas for the artistry of its design to shine. The size allows the familiar profile of President Kennedy to command attention on the obverse side, while the reverse showcases the iconic heraldic eagle, clutching arrows, and an olive branch, a symbol of America's readiness for defense as well as a preference for peace. The wide diameter also enhances the tactile experience of the coin, making it comfortable to handle and satisfying to examine closely. Collectors often appreciate this generous size because it provides clarity and space for the intricate details, from the stars encircling Kennedy's portrait to the feathers of the eagle's wings. The thickness of the 1972 D. Kennedy $50 is approximately 2.15 millimeters, giving the coin a solid edge that enhances its durability. This thickness allows the design to withstand years of circulation without losing its distinct features. Coins of this era were made to be practical as currency, yet their thickness and craftsmanship also give them an enduring quality that appeals to collectors who value both aesthetics and longevity. Handling the coin, one can appreciate the subtle curve along the edge and the way the weight is distributed evenly, creating a coin that feels balanced and satisfying to hold. Composition is a key aspect of any coin's character, and the 1972 D. Kennedy $50 reflects the evolution of minting practices in the early 70s. Circulating examples were made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, featuring an inner core of pure copper sandwiched between outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. This gave the coin a silver-like appearance, while ensuring durability and reducing production costs compared to the earlier silver issues. Some special collector versions, particularly those struck in proof sets, continued to use 40% silver, appealing to enthusiasts who sought a blend of historical significance and intrinsic metal value. The coin's composition, therefore, plays a dual role, providing functional currency for daily transactions while offering an enduring collectible for numismatists. The 1972 D. Kennedy $50 carries the mint mark D, indicating it was produced at the Denver Mint. This small letter, located on the obverse near Kennedy's neck, is more than a mark of origin. It tells the story of where the coin was born and the particular branch of the United States Mint responsible for its creation. Mint marks often become a point of interest for collectors, as coins from certain mints or specific years can be rarer or more desirable. In the case of the 1972 D. $50, the Denver Mint produced a substantial number of coins, yet the mint mark provides a tangible link to the place and process of its production, offering collectors a small but meaningful detail to connect with the broader history of the series. Turning to the design itself, the obverse of the coin features a strong and dignified profile of President John F. Kennedy. His expression, composed and forward-looking, captures the qualities that made him a beloved figure in American history: determination, hope, and leadership. Surrounding his profile are the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," framing the image with a sense of national pride and reverence. The date, 1972, sits just below, and the mint mark D is subtly placed nearby, completing the carefully balanced composition. On the reverse, the heraldic eagle spreads its wings wide, clutching arrows and an olive branch, encircled by a ring of stars. The design embodies the principles of defense and diplomacy, strength and peace, echoing the dual aspirations of a nation navigating both internal and external challenges. The 1972 D. Kennedy $50 was part of a broader circulation that included everyday transactions as well as special proof sets for collectors. While many coins entered the hands of the public, others were carefully preserved, remaining in pristine condition over decades. This divergence in circulation histories has contributed to the coin's appeal to collectors. Those who were preserved in uncirculated or proof condition are now highly sought after, with their original luster and crisp details providing a direct window into the craftsmanship of the era. Collectors often focus on several key factors when evaluating the 1972 D. Kennedy $50. Condition, or grade, plays a central role, as coins with sharp details, minimal wear, and original surfaces are far more desirable. Luster, the reflective quality of the coin's surface, is another critical factor, as it highlights the quality of the strike and the preservation of the coin over time. Strike quality itself can vary slightly between mints and individual pieces, adding subtle distinctions that further intrigue numismatists. Every coin carries its own story, not just in the images it bears, but in the history of its handling and care. Beyond the technical details, this coin resonates emotionally. It represents a time when the nation reflected on the memory of a fallen leader, yet looked forward to a future defined by progress and hope. Holding the 1972 D. Kennedy half-dollar allows one to connect with the national sentiment of the era, the pride of citizenship, and the enduring admiration for President Kennedy's life and contributions. The coin serves as both a collectible and a symbol, bridging history and present-day appreciation for artistry, leadership, and the cultural significance of numismatics. The community of collectors who cherish the Kennedy half-dollar series is vibrant and passionate. Enthusiasts discuss every detail, from mint marks to silver content, from strike quality to historical context. Sharing stories about discoveries, purchases, and family heirlooms adds to the sense of connection and excitement. For many, collecting these coins is not just a hobby, but a way to keep history alive, to hold in their hands a tangible piece of the past that carries meaning far beyond its face value. As we conclude our journey into the story of the 1972 D. Kennedy half-dollar, it is important to recognize the coin's role as both a historic artifact and a prized collectible. Its weight, diameter, thickness, composition, and mint mark all contribute to its distinct identity, while its design and symbolism connect it to the enduring legacy of President Kennedy and the aspirations of a nation. If you own a Kennedy half-dollar or any historic coin, share your story in the comments so this channel can provide information about your piece and help celebrate its unique place in history. Remember to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and like the video to support our community of collectors who treasure these timeless symbols of American heritage. And now, for the value that excites collectors and inspires the dreams of enthusiasts everywhere, the worth of this remarkable 1972 D. Kennedy half-dollar can reach an extraordinary figure of $325,000. Top 6. In the rich tapestry of American history, where the stories of leaders, citizens, and culture intertwine, few coins capture both a nation's respect for its heroes and the artistry of its minting as vividly as the Kennedy half-dollar. The year is 1973, a period of change, challenge, and reflection in the United States, and it was during this year that the Kennedy half-dollar continued to symbolize the legacy of President John F. Kennedy, whose life and leadership had left an indelible mark on the country. The 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is more than a piece of currency. It is a tangible connection to a nation honoring one of its most admired presidents, a collectible that combines historical significance, exquisite design, and enduring value. Holding this coin is like holding a fragment of time itself, a small circle of metal that links past events, craftsmanship, and national pride into a single, memorable object. The 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is part of the iconic series first introduced in 1964, following the tragic assassination of President Kennedy. The original purpose of the coin was to commemorate a leader whose life and vision inspired millions, and by 1973, it had already become a familiar and cherished coin in the American economy. The 1973 issue was part of the continuing circulation series, produced both for everyday use and for collectors who sought pristine examples of the coin. Unlike the earliest issues that contained higher silver content, this coin was struck primarily in a copper-nickel-clad composition, reflecting the minting policies of the early 70s while still maintaining the aesthetic and symbolic qualities that had made the Kennedy half-dollar a national favorite. The physical characteristics of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar are both deliberate and meaningful. The coin weighs approximately 11.34 grams, giving it a substantial feel in the hand. This weight ensures that the coin carries a sense of presence, allowing collectors and enthusiasts to appreciate its solid construction and the assurance of quality from the United States Mint. There is something deeply satisfying about holding a coin that feels both tangible and significant, where each gram contributes to a sense of permanence and care in its creation. Its diameter is approximately 30.6 millimeters, a size that provides a generous canvas for the detailed artistry of the coin. The obverse features the familiar profile of President Kennedy, depicted with dignity and a forward-looking gaze that evokes both leadership and optimism. The reverse of the coin presents the heraldic eagle, wings outstretched, clutching arrows and an olive branch, a symbol of the nation's balance of strength and desire for peace. The broad diameter allows these images to remain clear and distinct, emphasizing the artistry and symbolism embedded in the coin. Every line, curve, and inscription was carefully considered, creating a coin that is as visually striking as it is historically meaningful. The thickness of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is approximately 2.15 millimeters, giving the coin a sturdy edge that enhances durability and allows it to withstand the passage of time. This thickness ensures that the details of the design, from the fine features of Kennedy's profile to the intricate feathers of the eagle, remain prominent even after decades of handling. It also contributes to the coin's tactile appeal, allowing collectors to feel the weight and contour of a coin that has been carefully struck to exacting standards. The composition of the coin plays a vital role in both its appearance and its value. The circulating 1973 Kennedy half-dollar was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, featuring an inner core of pure copper with outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. This provided a bright, silver-like finish while remaining durable for circulation. Special collector editions, including proof and uncirculated coins, were sometimes produced in 40% silver, offering an additional element of intrinsic metal value and a lustrous finish that highlights the artistry of the design. The combination of metals gives the coin both aesthetic appeal and long-lasting resilience, contributing to its enduring desirability among collectors. The mint mark of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar identifies where the coin was produced. Coins struck in Philadelphia carry no mint mark, while those from Denver include a small d to indicate their origin. This simple letter is more than a technical detail, it connects the coin to its place of creation, telling collectors and enthusiasts about the journey each coin took from the minting press to the hands of the public. In the case of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar, the Denver Mint produced a significant portion of the coins, making the D mint mark a recognizable and sought-after feature for those assembling collections or studying minting variations. Examining the design of the coin reveals the care and craftsmanship that went into its creation. On the obverse, President Kennedy's profile is rendered with clarity and dignity, surrounded by the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." His expression conveys calm determination, evoking the leadership qualities and ideals for which he is remembered. On the reverse, the heraldic eagle stretches its wings across the field, clutching arrows that symbolize readiness for defense and an olive branch that represents the nation's commitment to peace. A circle of stars encircles the eagle, reinforcing the connection to the United States and its enduring values. This pairing of portrait and symbolism transforms the coin into more than currency. It becomes a work of art, a miniature monument to leadership and national pride. The 1973 Kennedy half-dollar was widely distributed, both in general circulation and in special sets for collectors. Coins in everyday use experienced the wear and patina of ordinary life, while carefully preserved examples retained their original luster and crisp details. These differences in condition have contributed to the coin's appeal among collectors, as uncirculated or proof specimens are particularly sought after for their pristine appearance and historical significance. Each coin, whether circulated or carefully preserved, tells a story of its journey through time and its place in the daily life of the nation. Collectors today are drawn to the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar for a variety of reasons. Some value its historical significance as part of the early Kennedy half-dollar series, while others appreciate the craftsmanship, design, and composition. Condition, strike quality, and mint mark are all key factors in evaluating the coin, with uncirculated examples or special proofs commanding higher attention. Enthusiasts enjoy the challenge of building complete sets, studying details, and sharing discoveries within the community, where each coin becomes both a collectible and a conversation piece that connects generations of history lovers. Beyond its technical and collectible qualities, the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar resonates emotionally. It embodies the memory of a president whose vision and charisma inspired the nation, and it reflects the cultural and political climate of the early 70s. Holding the coin allows collectors to engage with that history in a personal and tangible way, bridging the gap between past events and present appreciation. Each coin serves as a reminder of national ideals, leadership, and the shared experiences of citizens who lived during a transformative period. The community of coin enthusiasts surrounding the Kennedy half-dollar series is vibrant, passionate, and deeply engaged. Collectors discuss mint marks, grading standards, and historical context, often sharing personal stories and discoveries. This social dimension adds depth to the hobby, fostering connections between individuals who value history, craftsmanship, and the excitement of finding and preserving coins of significance. The 1973 Kennedy half-dollar, with its distinct design and minting characteristics, remains a central piece in these discussions. Offering both aesthetic and historical interest. As we reflect on the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar, it is important to recognize its multifaceted significance. Its weight, diameter, thickness, composition, and mint mark all contribute to its identity, while its design and symbolism connect it to the legacy of President Kennedy and the history of the United States. If you own a Kennedy half-dollar or another significant coin, share your story in the comments so this channel can provide insight and information about your piece. Subscribing to the channel, leaving a comment, and liking the video ensures that our community of collectors continues to grow and thrive, celebrating the rich heritage of American coinage. And now, for the value that excites collectors and captures the imagination of enthusiasts everywhere, the worth of this remarkable 1973 Kennedy half-dollar can reach an extraordinary figure of $325,000. Top 7. In the unfolding story of American coinage, certain coins do more than serve as currency. They carry the weight of history, symbolism, and artistry. Among these, the Kennedy half-dollar holds a special place, bridging the nation's admiration for one of its most beloved presidents with the craftsmanship and innovation of the United States Mint. The year 1983 brings us the Kennedy half-dollar minted at the Denver Mint, a coin that exemplifies the enduring appeal of this series while reflecting the technological and aesthetic standards of the early 80s. The 1983 Kennedy half-dollar is more than a piece of metal. It is a collectible steeped in history, culture, and value, a tangible link to the legacy of John F. Kennedy and a snapshot of the United States at a particular moment in time. Holding this coin is akin to holding a bridge between decades, where artistry, history, and national pride converge in a single, memorable object. The 1983 Kennedy half-dollar is part of the continuous series that began in 1964, following the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. From the outset, the coin served as a tribute to Kennedy's life, vision, and leadership, and by 1983, it had become a staple of both circulation and collectors' interest. Unlike the original issues, which contained higher silver content, the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, reflecting both economic considerations and the evolution of minting practices. This composition ensured durability and a long lifespan for coins in daily use, while maintaining the silver-like appearance and gravitas that collectors valued. Even in the context of modern coins, it continued to stand out for its design, weight, and historical resonance. Weighing approximately 11.34 grams, the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar carries a satisfying presence in the hand. This weight provides a balance that is neither cumbersome nor insubstantial, giving collectors and enthusiasts a tangible sense of the coin's quality and solidity. Each gram contributes to a feeling of permanence, reminding holders that they are engaging with a carefully manufactured piece of history. Unlike smaller coins that can feel fleeting or disposable, the Kennedy half-dollar communicates significance simply through its heft and construction, reinforcing the importance of its design and symbolism. The diameter of this coin is about 30.6 millimeters, offering a broad and elegant canvas for its detailed imagery. On the obverse, the strong and dignified profile of President Kennedy commands attention, framed by inscriptions that declare the coin's values and origin. The reverse features the classic heraldic eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows, and an olive branch in a design that has symbolized the balance of strength and peace since the early years of the series. The generous diameter enhances the clarity and visibility of these intricate details, allowing observers to appreciate the precision of the engraving and the care taken in every aspect of the coin's production. Each line, curve, and inscription was intentionally designed to create a visually striking and historically resonant coin. The thickness of the 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar measures around 2.15 millimeters, giving the coin durability and a sense of substance. This sturdy edge protects the coin from everyday wear, ensuring that the design remains clear and sharp even after decades in circulation or storage. The thickness also contributes to the tactile experience, providing a firm, satisfying feel that reinforces the coin's presence in hand. For collectors, this combination of thickness, weight, and diameter is critical, as it enhances the overall appeal and usability of the coin while maintaining the visual integrity of its design. Composition is a central aspect of the 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar's identity. The coin was minted with a copper-nickel-clad composition, consisting of a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. This composition provided the coin with a silver-like appearance and a durable structure suitable for circulation. For special collector versions, particularly proof coins, other finishes and limited silver content were sometimes employed to cater to numismatists seeking coins with intrinsic metal value and enhanced visual appeal. The careful balance of composition, appearance, and durability ensures that the coin remains relevant to both casual observers and dedicated collectors. The mint mark of this coin, D, indicates that it was produced at the Denver Mint. Mint marks serve as important identifiers, connecting the coin to the location of its production and providing collectors with information about its origin. The Denver Mint has a long history of producing high-quality coins, and the presence of the D mint mark on the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar adds both provenance and collectability. Even for coins that were widely circulated, the mint mark remains a point of pride for collectors who value precision, history, and the unique characteristics of coins from different mints. Design is at the heart of the Kennedy half-dollar's enduring appeal. The obverse features President Kennedy's profile, facing left, with an expression that combines resolve, dignity, and forward-looking optimism. Surrounding his image are the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," as well as the date and mint mark, all arranged to create a harmonious and balanced composition. The reverse, featuring the heraldic eagle, continues a design tradition that emphasizes national ideals and strength. The eagle holds arrows to symbolize readiness to defend the nation and an olive branch to signify a preference for peace, while a circle of stars reinforces the unity and identity of the United States. Together, the obverse and reverse designs create a coin that is visually striking, symbolically rich, and historically significant. The 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar was widely distributed for circulation, yet many examples were carefully preserved by collectors in uncirculated and proof sets. Coins that entered general circulation experienced varying degrees of wear, adding character and a story to each piece. Meanwhile, uncirculated coins retained their original luster, sharp details, and visual appeal, becoming sought-after items for numismatists. The duality between circulated and preserved coins adds depth to the collecting experience, as enthusiasts seek coins that not only represent a particular year in mint but also embody condition, rarity, and historical context. Collectors today consider several factors when evaluating the 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar. Condition, luster, strike quality, and historical context all play critical roles in determining the desirability of a coin. Uncirculated examples with sharp details and original surfaces command higher interest, while proof coins with special finishes often attract premium attention. The D mint mark, combined with well-preserved condition, makes certain examples particularly valuable for those building comprehensive collections of the Kennedy half-dollar series. Beyond its technical qualities, the 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar carries emotional and historical resonance. It represents the continued memory of President Kennedy, the national ideals he symbolized, and the enduring fascination with his leadership and vision. Each coin is a tangible connection to a period in which Americans remembered the past while moving forward into a complex and changing world. Whether handled casually or carefully preserved, the coin serves as a reminder of leadership, craftsmanship, and the cultural significance of American coinage. The community of collectors who cherish the Kennedy half-dollar series is vibrant and engaged, sharing insights on minting, design variations, historical context, and condition assessment. Conversations often extend into broader discussions of American history and cultural heritage, emphasizing the ways in which coins serve as both currency and artifacts. Enthusiasts find joy in identifying subtle details, tracking mint marks, comparing conditions, and preserving coins for future generations, creating a shared experience that keeps the legacy of the series alive and meaningful. As we reflect on the 1983 D. Kennedy half-dollar, it is clear that this coin represents more than its face value. It embodies history, artistry, national pride, and collectability, combining these elements into a small yet powerful piece of American heritage. If you possess a Kennedy half-dollar or another historically significant coin, sharing your story in the comments can connect you with a community dedicated to preserving and understanding these treasures. Supporting the channel by subscribing, commenting, and liking the video ensures that we can continue to explore, educate, and celebrate the remarkable history captured in coins like this one. Finally, for the value that inspires both collectors and history enthusiasts, the 1983 D. Kennedy half-dollar can reach an extraordinary figure of $285,000. Top 8. In the realm of American coinage, where history, artistry, and symbolism converge, few coins hold the enduring appeal of the Kennedy half-dollar. Among these, the 1986 D. Kennedy half-dollar stands out as a distinctive piece that captures both the legacy of a revered president and the craftsmanship of the United States Mint during the mid-80s. This coin, struck at the Denver Mint, represents more than currency. It is a tangible piece of history, a collectible that connects the past to the present through design, composition, and the stories it carries. The 1986 D. Kennedy half-dollar is a bridge between generations, offering collectors and enthusiasts a chance to hold in their hands a small yet meaningful symbol of American leadership, national pride, and the intricate artistry that defines the series. The 1986 D. Kennedy half-dollar is part of the continuous series that began in 1964, created to honor President John F. Kennedy following his assassination. By 1986, the Kennedy half-dollar had established itself as a familiar and cherished coin in both circulation and collector circles. Unlike the original 1964 issue, which contained a higher percentage of silver, the 1986 D. half-dollar was minted primarily in copper-nickel clad, reflecting the practical considerations of coin production during this era while maintaining the classic appearance and weight that collectors and the public had come to recognize. Despite its widespread circulation, it carries a historical resonance that makes it highly sought after by numismatists around the world. Weighing approximately 11.34 grams, the 1986 D. Kennedy half-dollar has a substantial presence in the hand. This weight gives the coin a satisfying heft without being cumbersome, allowing collectors to feel the quality and craftsmanship with every touch. It is a coin that communicates significance through its physicality, reminding those who hold it of the care, precision, and standards of the United States Mint. That balance of weight and design ensures that the coin is not just a medium of exchange but a keepsake worthy of preservation. The diameter of this coin is approximately 30.6 millimeters, offering a generous surface for the detailed obverse and reverse designs. The obverse features the dignified profile of President Kennedy, a depiction that combines calm determination with a sense of forward-looking optimism. The reverse presents the heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows and an olive branch, a symbol of the nation's balance of military strength and a commitment to peace. The broad diameter allows each detail to stand out clearly, highlighting the intricacy of the engraving and the precision of the minting process. Collectors value this size because it provides both visual impact and tactile satisfaction, making the coin a centerpiece for any collection. The thickness of the 1986 D. Kennedy half-dollar is approximately 2.15 millimeters, giving the coin a sturdy edge that protects the design and adds to its sense of durability. This thickness ensures that even after years of handling, the details of the coin, from the contours of Kennedy's profile to the feathers of the eagle, remain sharp and well-defined. It also contributes to the tactile experience, providing a coin that feels solid and balanced in the hand, further reinforcing its appeal to collectors who appreciate both the aesthetic and physical qualities of their coins. Composition is a defining feature of this coin. The 1986 D. Kennedy half-dollar was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, consisting of a pure copper core encased in outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. This blend provides a silver-like appearance while ensuring durability suitable for circulation. Collector versions in special proof sets or silver editions, although less common, add additional value due to the enhanced visual quality and precious metal content. The combination of metals ensures that the coin remains both practical as currency and desirable as a collectible, bridging the gap between everyday use and historical preservation. The mint mark D indicates that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. Mint marks are more than identifiers, they connect a coin to its place of origin and tell a story about the production process. The Denver Mint has a long-standing reputation for producing high-quality coins, and the presence of the D mint mark provides collectors with insight into the coin's history and provenance. This small letter can significantly influence the coin's collectability, particularly when paired with condition, strike quality, and any unique features that distinguish individual examples from the broader series. The design of the 1986 D. Kennedy half-dollar continues the tradition that has made this series iconic. The obverse features Kennedy's profile, facing left, surrounded by the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust, with the date and mint mark placed for clarity and balance. His expression conveys a sense of determination and leadership, evoking the qualities that made him a symbol of hope and inspiration. On the reverse, the heraldic eagle stands as a powerful emblem of national strength, holding arrows in one talon to signify defense and an olive branch in the other to represent peace. Encircling the eagle are stars that reinforce the unity and ideals of the United States, creating a design that is both visually striking and symbolically rich. The 1986 D. Kennedy half-dollar was widely circulated, yet many examples were preserved in uncirculated or proof sets, allowing collectors to enjoy coins with sharp details and original luster. Circulated coins show the natural wear and patina of everyday use, which can add character and historical context. This dual nature, coins that were both practical and collectible, enhances the series' appeal, as collectors can choose between examples that reflect history in circulation or coins preserved as pristine artifacts. Collectors today evaluate the 1986 D. Kennedy half-dollar based on condition, strike quality, and historical significance. Uncirculated coins with sharp details, bright luster, and minimal handling are highly prized. Proof coins with special finishes can command even greater attention due to their exceptional visual appeal. The Denver mint mark, combined with superior condition, adds to the desirability of this coin, making it a notable example within the broader Kennedy half-dollar series. Enthusiasts often seek these coins to complete collections, appreciate their craftsmanship, and connect with a piece of American history. Beyond technical specifications, the 1986 D. Kennedy half-dollar carries an emotional resonance. It represents a continued tribute to President Kennedy, his legacy, and the values he embodied. Each coin serves as a tangible connection to a period in which Americans reflected on leadership, national ideals, and the continuity of the Kennedy half-dollar series as a cultural symbol. Whether held casually or preserved carefully, the coin offers collectors a way to engage with history in a personal and meaningful manner, connecting them to the enduring story of American coinage. The community surrounding Kennedy half-dollar collectors is vibrant, with enthusiasts sharing insights about minting practices, historical context, grading, and provenance. Collectors discuss the nuances of design, mint marks, and condition, creating a collaborative environment where knowledge, stories, and discoveries are exchanged. The 1986 D. Kennedy half-dollar holds a special place in this community, bridging the era of the mid-80s with the broader legacy of the series and providing both aesthetic and historical interest for collectors at all levels. As we reflect on the 1986 D. Kennedy half-dollar, it is clear that this coin represents more than its face value. Its weight, diameter, thickness, composition, and mint mark all contribute to its identity, while the artistry of its design and historical significance connect it to the legacy of President Kennedy and the cultural heritage of the United States. If you own a Kennedy half-dollar or any historically significant coin, sharing your story in the comments can help celebrate these treasures and connect you to a community of fellow enthusiasts. Supporting the channel by subscribing, commenting, and liking the video ensures that the legacy of these remarkable coins continues to be appreciated and preserved for future generations. Finally, for the value that excites collectors and demonstrates the enduring appeal of this series, the 1986 D Kennedy half-dollar can reach an extraordinary figure of $255,000. Top 9. In the world of American coinage, few series hold the enduring appeal and historical significance of the Kennedy half-dollar. Introduced in 1964 to honor the memory of President John F. Kennedy following his tragic assassination, the series quickly became a symbol of leadership, national pride, and artistic craftsmanship. By the year 1998, the Kennedy half-dollar had already established itself as a beloved coin among collectors and the general public alike. The 1998 P. Kennedy half-dollar, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, represents a fascinating chapter in the ongoing story of this iconic series. It is more than a simple piece of currency, it is a tangible connection to both the enduring legacy of President Kennedy and the meticulous work of the United States Mint, a coin that combines historical resonance, precise engineering, and aesthetic beauty into a single, remarkable object. Holding this coin allows collectors and enthusiasts to experience a piece of history firsthand, feeling the weight of the past and the artistry that has been preserved through decades of careful minting. The 1998 P. Kennedy half-dollar is part of a long-running series that continues to pay tribute to President Kennedy's enduring influence on the nation. Unlike the original issues from the 1960s, which were composed of higher percentage silver and often sought after for their intrinsic value, the 1998 P issue was minted in the standard copper-nickel-clad composition used for circulation in the late 20th century. This change in composition reflects both economic considerations and advances in minting technology, allowing coins to maintain durability and aesthetic appeal while remaining practical for everyday use. The 1998 P coin is representative of a modern era in the series, where precision, consistency, and accessibility to collectors were carefully balanced, ensuring that each piece carried the same iconic design while being produced efficiently for widespread distribution. Weighing approximately 11.34 grams, the 1998 P Kennedy half-dollar offers a substantial presence in the hand. Its weight provides a reassuring heft, signaling quality and craftsmanship, and allows collectors to feel the solidity of the coin. This substantial feel contributes to its appeal, distinguishing it from smaller, lighter coins that may lack a similar sense of significance. Every gram of the coin communicates attention to detail, from the precision of the design to the durability of the composition, reminding collectors and enthusiasts that this is not merely a coin for spending, but a collectible worth appreciating and preserving. The coin has a diameter of 30.6 millimeters, which provides a generous canvas for the intricate obverse and reverse designs. On the front, the dignified profile of President Kennedy is rendered in sharp relief, capturing both his likeness and the qualities that made him a symbol of hope and leadership. The reverse features the heraldic eagle, its wings outstretched and talons holding arrows and an olive branch, representing both strength and the nation's commitment to peace. The wide diameter ensures that these elements are clear and visually balanced, allowing observers to appreciate the artistry and attention to detail. The design communicates not only the identity of the coin but also the values and ideals that it embodies, making it a meaningful addition to any collection. The thickness of the 1998 P Kennedy half-dollar is approximately 2.15 millimeters, contributing to its durability and presence. This thickness helps to protect the intricate details of the design, ensuring that the coin retains its clarity even after years of circulation or careful preservation. It also adds to the tactile experience of handling the coin, providing a solid, balanced feel that is pleasing to the hand. For collectors, this combination of diameter, weight, and thickness creates a coin that is both visually striking and physically satisfying, reinforcing its value as a collectible piece of history. The composition of this coin is a copper-nickel-clad, with a pure copper core encased in outer layers of a copper-nickel alloy. This composition provides the coin with a silver-like appearance, while ensuring it remains durable for everyday circulation. While modern issues do not carry the high silver content of earlier Kennedy half-dollars, the 1998 P issue continues to offer collectors a combination of aesthetic appeal, historical significance, and quality craftsmanship. Special collector editions in proof sets or silver versions enhance the visual quality and intrinsic value, making these coins especially desirable for enthusiasts who appreciate both artistry and collectability. The Mint Mark P identifies this coin as having been produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Mint marks serve as important indicators for collectors, providing information about where a coin was struck and often contributing to its rarity and value. The Philadelphia Mint has a long history of producing high-quality coins, and the presence of the P Mint mark on the 1998 Kennedy half-dollar connects this coin to a specific location and production process, adding an additional layer of historical context and collectability. Mint marks are a small but significant detail, and for collectors, they can influence both the desirability and the story of each coin. The design of the 1998 P Kennedy half-dollar continues the tradition that has defined this series for decades. The obverse presents President Kennedy in a calm, determined profile, with the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" prominently displayed. The date and mint mark complete the composition, providing both clarity and balance. On the reverse, the heraldic eagle stretches its wings across the field, clutching arrows to signify readiness to defend the nation and an olive branch to signify a desire for peace. A circle of stars encircles the eagle, reinforcing the unity and ideals of the United States. Together, these elements create a coin that is visually compelling, symbolically rich, and representative of the enduring legacy of Kennedy and the values of the nation. Although widely circulated, many examples of the 1998 P Kennedy half-dollar were carefully preserved in uncirculated or proof sets. Coins that remained in circulation show signs of handling and wear, which can add character and historical context, while preserved coins retain their original luster, sharp details, and visual impact. This dual nature enhances the collecting experience, as enthusiasts can appreciate both the historical journey of circulated coins and the pristine condition of carefully preserved examples. Each coin, whether circulated or untouched, carries a unique story that adds depth to the collection. Collectors evaluate the 1998 P Kennedy half-dollar based on several key factors. Condition, strike quality, luster, and historical context all influence its desirability. Uncirculated coins with minimal handling and sharp details are particularly prized, while proof coins and special editions can command higher attention for their exceptional appearance and precision. The Philadelphia Mint mark, combined with well-preserved condition, enhances the coin's appeal and can contribute to its value among collectors seeking to complete sets or acquire particularly fine examples of the series. Beyond its technical characteristics, this coin carries emotional and historical significance. It represents the enduring tribute to President Kennedy, reflecting his impact on American society and the continued admiration for his leadership. The 1998 P Kennedy half-dollar allows collectors and enthusiasts to engage with history tangibly, holding a piece of American heritage that bridges past and present. Its presence in a collection is not just about monetary value but also about the story it tells and the connection it provides to a shared cultural and historical legacy. The community of collectors surrounding Kennedy half-dollars is vibrant and passionate, sharing knowledge about minting, design variations, grading, and historical context. Enthusiasts exchange stories, discoveries, and insights, creating a collaborative environment that enhances the appreciation of each coin. The 1998 P Kennedy half-dollar holds a special place within this community, representing both a modern issue and a continuation of the legacy that began with the original series. Its combination of design, craftsmanship, and historical context makes it a key piece for collectors at all levels. Reflecting on the 1998 P Kennedy half-dollar, it becomes clear that this coin is far more than a medium of exchange. Its weight, diameter, thickness, composition, and mint mark all contribute to its identity, while its design and historical significance connect it to the legacy of President Kennedy and the heritage of the United States. For those who own Kennedy half dollars or other significant coins, sharing your story in the comments allows this channel to provide insights and celebrate your treasures. Supporting the channel by subscribing, leaving comments, and liking the video ensures that the history and appreciation of American coinage continues to grow and reach enthusiasts around the world. Finally, for the value that captures the attention and imagination of collectors everywhere, the 1998 P. Kennedy half dollar can reach an extraordinary figure of $170,000. Top 10. The Kennedy half dollar is one of the most iconic coins in American history, a series that has carried the legacy of one of the nation's most beloved presidents, John F. Kennedy, since its introduction in 1964. Among the numerous issues produced over the decades, the 2000 P. Kennedy half dollar stands out as a modern example of the series, reflecting both the artistry and precision of the United States Mint at the turn of the millennium. This coin is more than a simple piece of currency, it is a symbol of continuity, history, and craftsmanship, linking the early years of the series with a new era. The 2000 P. Kennedy half dollar, minted at the Philadelphia Mint, represents not only a tribute to President Kennedy but also a collectible that embodies the values, quality, and enduring appeal that have made this series a favorite among collectors for generations. Holding this coin, one can feel the weight of history and the meticulous effort that went into its creation, making it a tangible connection to both past and present. The 1964 introduction of the Kennedy half dollar was inspired by a tragic moment in American history, the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The coin was designed to honor his legacy, with a profile portrait on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse, capturing the spirit of the nation and the ideals Kennedy represented. Fast forward to 2000, the P. Kennedy half dollar carries forward this tradition while reflecting changes in production and circulation practices. Unlike the original issues, which were composed of high-percentage silver, the 2000 P issue is made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, a material choice that balances durability, aesthetic appeal, and cost-effectiveness for modern circulation. This composition also ensures that the coin maintains the familiar silver-like appearance while being practical for daily use and long-term preservation in collections. The 2000 P. Kennedy half dollar weighs approximately 11.34 grams, providing a substantial and satisfying feel when held. Its weight is significant because it conveys a sense of quality and permanence, a reminder that each coin is the result of careful planning and minting precision. Collectors often appreciate this heft because it creates a tangible connection to the craftsmanship and effort involved in producing each coin. Unlike smaller coins that may feel fleeting or disposable, the Kennedy half dollar communicates value and importance through its size, weight, and presence. Holding it is not just a tactile experience but a connection to history and artistry that spans decades. With a diameter of 30.6 millimeters, the 2000 P. Kennedy half dollar provides ample space for its detailed obverse and reverse designs. The obverse features a dignified and recognizable profile of President Kennedy, facing left with a calm yet determined expression that conveys both leadership and optimism. Surrounding his portrait are the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the date and mint mark, arranged in a balanced and visually pleasing manner. On the reverse, the heraldic eagle spreads its wings in a pose of strength and vigilance, clutching arrows to symbolize readiness to defend the nation and an olive branch to signify a commitment to peace. Encircling the eagle is a ring of stars, reinforcing the unity and ideals of the United States. The wide diameter of the coin allows all these elements to be clearly visible, highlighting the intricate craftsmanship and making it a visually compelling piece for collectors and casual observers alike. The thickness of the coin measures approximately 2.15 millimeters, giving it a sturdy edge that protects the design and enhances its durability. This thickness ensures that the fine details of the obverse and reverse remain sharp and clear even after extended handling or circulation. It also contributes to the tactile quality of the coin, creating a balanced and satisfying feel in the hand. For collectors, this combination of thickness, diameter, and weight enhances both the visual appeal and the physical experience, making the 2000p Kennedy half-dollar a coin that is enjoyable to handle, study, and display. The composition of the 2000p Kennedy half-dollar is copper-nickel clad, with a pure copper core encased in layers of copper-nickel alloy. This choice of materials provides a silver-like appearance while ensuring durability for circulation and preservation. While modern Kennedy half-dollars do not contain the high silver content of the original 1964 issue, their design and production quality continue to make them highly desirable among collectors. Special editions and proof versions offer additional appeal, with enhanced luster, sharper details, and sometimes limited silver content, making these coins particularly prized for display and collection purposes. The thoughtful composition ensures that the coin remains both practical and collectible, bridging the gap between everyday use and numismatic appreciation. The mint mark P indicates that this coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Mint marks serve as small but significant identifiers for collectors, providing information about a coin's origin and production. The Philadelphia Mint has a long history of producing coins with precise craftsmanship, and the P mint mark on the 2000 Kennedy half-dollar links this coin to a specific facility known for quality and consistency. Mint marks can influence collectability, especially when combined with condition, strike quality, and rarity. For collectors seeking to complete sets or understand the distribution of coins from different mints, the Philadelphia Mint mark adds a layer of historical and numismatic significance. Design continues to be the hallmark of the Kennedy half-dollar series. The obverse portrait captures Kennedy's youthful and confident image, evoking the leadership qualities and charisma that made him a national icon. The reverse design of the heraldic eagle symbolizes the United States' strength and commitment to peace, with arrows and an olive branch representing these dual ideals. Stars encircle the eagle, reinforcing national unity. This design has endured for decades, reflecting the timeless qualities of Kennedy's legacy and the enduring symbolism that the United States Mint sought to convey. Each element of the design contributes to the coin's aesthetic appeal, historical significance, and collectability. Circulation history adds another dimension to the 2000p Kennedy half-dollar. While many coins were used in daily transactions, others were carefully preserved in uncirculated sets or proof editions. Circulated coins carry the natural wear and history of everyday use, while uncirculated and proof coins retain their original luster and sharp details, often commanding higher attention from collectors. This duality between circulated and preserved coins enhances the series' appeal, providing collectors with options depending on their collecting goals, whether they value historical patina or pristine preservation. Collectors assess the 2000p Kennedy half-dollar based on condition, strike quality, luster, and overall appearance. Coins with minimal handling, clear details, and bright surfaces are highly prized. The Philadelphia Mint mark, coupled with excellent preservation, can increase desirability and value. These coins are often sought after for completion of sets, investment purposes, or as display pieces that capture both historical significance and modern minting excellence. Enthusiasts enjoy exploring these details, comparing examples, and understanding the nuanced characteristics that differentiate one coin from another. Beyond technical specifications, the 2000p Kennedy half-dollar carries cultural and emotional significance. It embodies a tribute to President Kennedy and his enduring legacy, connecting collectors to both the historical period he represents and the timeless values he symbolized. The coin offers a tangible way to engage with history, providing a sense of continuity between the past and present. Its presence in a collection represents not just monetary value, but also a connection to a broader narrative of leadership, artistry, and national identity. The community of collectors who value Kennedy half-dollars is vibrant and passionate. Enthusiasts share knowledge about mint marks, production details, historical context, and condition assessment. They celebrate discoveries, rare finds, and unique examples, creating a dynamic and collaborative environment. The 2000p Kennedy half-dollar holds a special place within this community, representing a modern yet historically connected piece of the series. Its design, production quality, and legacy make it a noteworthy addition to any collection, appreciated both for its aesthetic beauty and its symbolic meaning. For collectors and enthusiasts, the 2000 P. Kennedy half-dollar represents both history and investment potential. The coin can reach an extraordinary value of $150,000, making it a prized piece for those who appreciate its craftsmanship, historical significance, and enduring appeal.